Hello everyone, welcome back. I hope you're doing well. Look at this. Okay, the whole look is giving me like Miranda from Lizzie McGuire vibes. Like that is what it's doing. I did this look inspired by Julia Adams. She recently did a video and it was so pretty. It was like graphic but not, and I was like, I want to recreate that. So I recreated this with my C Talk palette. A video with a bunch of looks will be coming on Monday, I believe. So be on the lookout for that. I think it turned out so cute. I'm so into the graphic, but it's easy because I feel like sometimes I get just so intimidated. And I promise you, when I get my Muse palette from Cosmic Brushes, I'm gonna be doing a version of this look with like every color combo. Like I cannot wait, I'm so excited. But that's not what today's video is. I thought we could just talk about some products that I have in my collection that haven't lost their spark yet. We've talked about it. When you get new stuff, it's shiny, it's new, it's fresh, it's exciting. And you know, I feel like with a lot of products and just a lot of things, over time, they kind of lose a little bit of their shine, their sparkle. You're not as into them. They just like don't perform the same way. You're kind of sitting there like, I'd be okay not having these things. And I thought I would talk about some products I've had in my collection for a really long time that I feel like I still get that spark with, that I still get excited to use, that I still feel like perform better than maybe new products that I add to my collection. So it's not like you haven't seen this stuff before, but I thought it would just be fun, kind of like a revamped version of a long-term favorites video. If you want to see the opposite of this, like some products that have lost their spark a little bit after having them a little bit, let me know. But yeah, that's kind of it for the intro. Let's just get into some products. I have like 10 things here. So I'm gonna start off with eyeshadow because I really feel like this is probably the biggest thing that I love, and I have gone through like transformations in the last couple of years, but these eyeshadow products I just feel like I still like love. So I'm gonna start off with single shadows because you guys know I do love my single shadows, and I specifically picked out these 6 shadows from Cliona. Now when I ordered from Cliona for the first time, it was a long time ago. It was like before the pandemic. I used that as kind of a marker, to be honest, but it was before 2020. I was so excited to try their glitter multi-chrome. So that's what's here. All of these are that formula, and that is my favorite formula from the Cliona shades. I haven't tried any of the newer shadows that have come out because they've kind of expanded the stained glass collection. But when I made my first order, I bought like over $300 worth of product, like of eyeshadows. I bought a lot of eyeshadows. I bought so many, and these I feel like are the 6 that just, they still get my heartbeat going. I have dips in them. Like these are the, in my brain, the Cliona stained glass shadows. So first is Chandelier. This is so beautiful. It's like an iridescent green to pink, but this one, as much as it does have a lot of that shimmer and shine, it's not as big of like flaky pieces as some of the other shadows in here. For an iridescent color, I love Glow. This has a beautiful, like that teal. You guys know I love that teal reflect, and that's what this has with that transparent base. It really is great as a topper. This transforms anything you put on top of it, so I love that one. Definitely have a big dip going, and this one is quite flaky, very like larger chunks for sure in this one. The next is Carving. This one is the slightly deeper version of Chandelier to me. So Chandelier is more green and pink. This one has like a green and almost like a purpley base, but very similar, just a little bit deeper on that. This one is like such a great one and done shadow look for me. And then for the last 3 shades, this one's Abrasion, which is a beautiful blue with a purple undertone. So stunning. Collision's like this antique-y gold that has a green to it with a lot of blue, like teal and purple reflect. So stunning. Very much though like a neutral still. It is green, but it's also like still kind of grounded. Love that one. And last but not least, Grisaille, another just beautiful shadow. This one's like pinky purple with that blue kind of cool reflect. So I love these shadows. I feel like when I look at these and when I use them and bust them out, like they still just perform how I remember. They are getting a little old at this point, but they still are keeping it together. They still are just as stunning. They still match up to so much in my collection. Like they're just amazing. And they are like the 6 that I would recommend if you're going to check out Cliona shadows. So absolutely love these. And I feel like these stand out too. Again, like I said, I ordered so many when I first bought these because I just didn't know what I liked. And I was excited to try out like a new brand, all of that. And there are a lot of like really beautiful multi-chromes, those like stunning, almost glass-like, really shifty multi-chromes. And as much as those are beautiful, and I do think that they're pretty and you can make beautiful looks with them, they're not really my style. And so these ones specifically, and there are a few more, like if I were gonna expand it, I could, but these 6 really, really, really are the ones that stand out to me, the ones that really still have that spark and get me just as excited about them as when I first got them. A palette that I absolutely love, and this one's not nearly as old as the Cliona shadows, but this palette from Huda Beauty is kind of what sparked this video, because I just, you know, I was thinking like, man, I haven't used that in a while, and it is just stunning. Like, I can't believe it's as old as it is, you know? I believe this came out like holiday 2021, like, you know, November 2021. And I know that's not, again, forever, but I still think this is just so stunning. And to me, this eclipsed the palette that came out last holiday 2022. Like, this was still better than that one. Like, for my taste, obviously, that's what this whole video is. This was still better than that one for me. And I was just thinking about how, man, it still feels like it holds up so much. Like, I just love it. I love the tones in here, the mattes. There's some really beautiful shades that are comparable to the Cliona shadows, and just so many shadows I like. Like, I like the stuff that I like. You guys know that, those like shimmery, iridescent, flaky, shimmery stuff. That is in a lot of the picks I'm going to be talking about, and just a lot of the makeup that tends to be my favorite, the stuff that I'm attracted to, the stuff that I keep going back to. But I love this palette. I think it is absolutely stunning. Definitely one of those palettes that if I didn't have so much makeup, if I didn't do YouTube as a job, I know that this would be like what I used almost every day. It's just stunning. Some other shadows that I decided to put on this list, these are the Moon Dust shadows from Urban Decay. Now, these are in the new packaging, and I more recently bought all of them, so I have all 5 of them. But I bought these back in, I think they came out, I want to say like 2015 or so, because they were in the old packaging where you could like click them into place, and I had Solstice, I'm pretty sure I had Cosmic, there was one called, I think, Scorpion, which was like a black with a gold glitter through it. I don't know if Glitter Rock was one of them, but there definitely was a purple one as well. Like, there were quite a few, and I loved those shadows at the time. Solstice was that girl though. I feel like this shade was so popular at the time. Everyone wanted it. I loved it. Everyone loved it. I can remember specifically, I think like Manny MUA talking about this and loving it. And I don't know, it's just bringing me like nostalgia right now. But I feel like these have really stood the test of time. Now, I got rid of Solstice after time just because it'd been so long. But Solstice is not necessarily the shade that I go for as much anymore. It's still absolutely stunning and beautiful. It's like similar to one of the Cliona ones, but I really love Space Cowboy. This is a shade that I think I would have found boring back in the day, but I love this now. So pretty, like a wet, shimmery sparkle that can go on top of any look, can go on top of just like a primer or a cream shadow to add some extra sparkle and dimension. Absolutely stunning. And then I also really love Lithium. It is so pretty. This has more of that like grungy, a little bit of a darker base, at least on me, that's how it looks, and it's so beautiful. The Moon Dust formula, I haven't really talked about it, is very much that wet look, super fine, super sparkly, shimmery eyeshadow. This is one of those eyeshadows that when you look at it in the right light and in the sunlight, it is just like a thousand million little particles shining back at you, just little and glittering and just so stunning and beautiful. But these still have like a lightweight texture to them. They're not thick. They're very like feathery light. And so I do like using these over just something a little bit tacky, just so it has a little bit something to cling to. And I feel like these are having a resurgence. They still give me that spark, man. They still are exciting and shiny. And I feel like really stood the test of time. I want Urban Decay to do more stuff like this so badly. So badly. Like, go down this route, explore what this could do. That's what I really want from them. Last, for eyeshadows that I want to mention, I don't know if you've seen this coming. Like, I kind of wonder if some of you have been guessing these, but I just can never get over the Rowan quads. I think they are absolutely stunning, so beautiful. I actually own all of them, but I would say the most recent 4 that have come out, so not the 2 originals, the 75 degrees warm and the 52 degrees cool, I think that's what they are. Those are actually my least favorite out of everything, but the 4 that have come out since then are all stunning in their own ways. I have a whole video dedicated to swatching and showing these, so I'm gonna try to remember to leave that down below if you want to check these out more in depth. But the Rowan quads to me just encompass so much. They keep that spark alive because they are luxurious, they are neutral, which definitely I feel like as time has gone on has only become more and more enticing to me, you know, but they still have just so much sparkle, so much texture, and it's kind of surprising because these are a cream that does not set down, but I feel like, you know, as I've gotten older and all of that, I'm not like looking for eye looks that are perfect really. Like this is pretty graphic, but even this, I feel like there's a little bit of room for things to not be quite as perfect, a little bit grungy. You know, it can look a little lived in as the night goes on or whatever your day goes on. I'm kind of okay with looks breaking down, hopefully gracefully, but still kind of that broken down look, a little bit of creasing, all of that. Like I'm just one kind of into that look, but also I prefer that to something that really feels like almost tattooed on or has that kind of like immobile look. Like I like something that has, there's an organicness to a broken down eyeshadow look that something that's so perfect doesn't necessarily have. And I think I'm just more attracted to that organic look. Anyway, that was all to say because these shadows do crease. They're mostly cream, although in the two newest quads, there is at least one powder shadow in each of them. But I just love the way that these look on the eyes. They look expensive yet fun. And I feel like sometimes that's hard to come by. A lot of expensive makeup has this regal look. It has something beautiful and I have an appreciation for it for sure, this like luxe thing. But I feel like Rowan still has like the sparkle and the fun. It really combines both worlds, and I feel like that's this area that I hope to live in and kind of want to live in, where I love color and fun and like, you know, doing fun things with my hair and having it pink, but I also really enjoy neutrals and I also enjoy something a little more buttoned up. And I don't know, it just feels like kind of the in-between kind of line that I like. I would love for them to come out with this formula with a few more colorful shades. That would be ideal to me. But anyway, 1111 just always catches my eye. Love that quad. I love the Mood Forever. I have pan in one of these shadows. These are just beautiful, stunning. I don't love this one. This is the only shade I don't really love because it just looks a little chalky. Like out of everything, I'm like, why that shadow? But otherwise, Gold Lust, oh, every time I do my makeup with this, it is stunning. It looks so good. Expensive, luxe, I don't know, mystery, man, mystery. And then Eyes on Me, this one is also just beautiful. So I love these. Every time I look at them, I never regret them. I know they're expensive and yet I still love them. Like they just never lose their spark, man. Never lose their spark for me. At least not yet. And specifically those 4 shades. Again, the older ones, not that I don't love them, I just definitely don't love them as much as those 4. All right, I did decide to put a highlighter in here, and I'm sure there are other highlighters that I really like, but these are the ones that came to mind, and these are the Natasha Denona highlighters. I have 2 different formulas here. This is the Glow, and this one's the Super Glow, and the difference between them is that the Glow, oh my gosh, this packaging looks hideous, I'm so sorry, but it's well loved and well used. This one looks more like a candlelit glow. It doesn't have a super high shine on it, but I still think it is impactful. I think it's so beautiful. I love using this on the face. It has a little bit more coverage, I would say, as well. Like it doesn't sheer out as much as the Super Glow does, but it's still just stunning. If you want something a little more low-key, this is the one to go to. Although I feel like these are, I just know they're on the edge of being discontinued because they're just not everywhere all the time. Like there's only certain shades sometimes. I find them at discount sites a lot. So I'm hoping we get a reformulation or like a new one coming out this year, but I just hope it's good. That's my worry. I'm like, please just like make it good. Anyway, love the Glow, and I like using this on the eyes. I like using this on the face. You guys know I use like highlighter to my brow bone, my inner corner all the time. I love picking up new highlighters to try, and I still just feel like these hold up, man. These still like do it for me, you know, like the spark is there because these always perform the way I know that they are. They stand up against new formulas that are coming out. It's almost like, well, these work just as, like these are just as good, if not better, than some of the new stuff that I'm picking up, you know? And so that spark is still there for sure, even though they're not actually new and shiny. They are shiny, but they're not new anymore. This is the Super Glow. I actually have the shade 2 in this, and this one is a lot more of that like sheer but still high shine formula, and it just looks so good. This does emphasize like a little bit more texture if that's something you're worried about, but again, I just think that it looks so good. These are highlighters that really made me fall in love with highlighter in the first place, and I just feel like they're kind of that formula that I compare a lot of stuff to in my brain, you know, like how does this compare to that? Oh, okay, pretty similar, pretty close, okay, in that realm. I'm like looking for highlighters that basically are like this when I'm trying highlighter. So I love both of these, even though the formulas are different. I think they both have a place and they're amazing. They're still amazing, really great, still have the spark, like we still get on so well. Next is a face primer, and you guys already know which one it's gonna be. You already know. I am starting to try more products and I'm getting some new favorites, which is really exciting. Like, there's some good stuff out there that I'm kind of sad I didn't try earlier, but this Hello Fab Coconut Smoothie Primer, I mean, it's hard to, I feel like, have sparks and like be excited about a primer, like, yeah, whatever. A lot of people just don't even think primer does anything, and for their skin it might not. Like, I've seen that where someone's skin is just great with some moisturizer, it doesn't matter. My skin, you guys, it is just finicky, okay? It doesn't like product on it, but it also has a lot of redness, there's a lot of texture, there's pores, there's just a lot going on. It's oily, but also, oh, there's dry spots. Oh, here's a dry spot. Here's another dry spot. It's like so annoying. Honestly, it's so annoying. But this primer, it is like the perfect mixture of everything. It's moisturizing, so it feels really hydrating on my skin. It feels really nourishing in that way. It has a little bit of glow to it, so I get that glowiness. But I also, since I'm oily, I feel like so many glowy primers really do just, seriously, they just oil slick immediately. Like, it is so fast for my makeup to like break down, or kind of just for, it's not even that it's breaking down, it's just like oil starts pooling on the surface. You know, I become a mirrored reflection. You could fix your hair in the reflection of the oil on my face, honestly. But this one, I feel like still controls my oil in a way, so I never feel like I'm getting more oily from this primer ever. And I just think it works so well. It also looks great on its own if that's something that you want to do. If you are just having like a low-key day, you want to add just a little concealer, it's just an amazing, amazing primer that has those skincare benefits, I feel like, as well. It's just great. So good. And I feel like there's very few things I'm looking out for, honestly, from First Aid Beauty. I really love the body scrub that's for your arms and just for the little like bumps you get. I think it's like the KP body scrub or whatever. That's a really great product. I think it works really well. But other than that, like, personally, you know, these are the two products from them. I've repurchased it many times. I found this at Marshall's. You can definitely get this on a deal. So good. And it just holds up. Like, it's one of those ones, like, I have to keep it, even though I'm loving that Valentino one. It's so good. But that one is like more affordable. It's just like kind of more low-key and easy too. And it's still gives my heart little sparks. I think I only have 3 more products to talk about. I do have some blushes in here, and these just remind me of my whole beauty journey, to be honest. The Clinique Cheek Pops. I have had the Cheek Pops, I think, since they like launched. Like, I remember these being new products and being so excited about them. I bought like 4 of them, and I've had so many of them in my collection over the years, kept them through all my declutters. Like, these blushes are, to me, just a perfect blush formula in that they are sheer but still have impact. You can build them up the way you want to. They have this really nice skin-like with a slightly more than skin-like, a little bit more shimmer than that, but the shimmer on them is just something that I feel like is so life-giving, in that it really just is youthful and beautiful and radiant without emphasizing texture, without looking too glowy, without looking like a highlighter. Just that perfect, you know, balance. It's kind of hard to strike sometimes. So I have a few new ones. This one's Fig Pop. I love that one. I also have some from this, like, I don't know what collection this was. There's Topaz Pop though. I don't know if these are still available. That's why I'm bringing that up. But this one is Opal Pop, which is so similar to Nude Pop, which was the one that I used so much. I almost panned that. I'm pretty sure I got rid of that in the declutter since I had Opal Pop, but I am telling you, these, no matter anytime I use them, they always look stunning. They look so good. A perfect blush formula to me. Like, seriously, perfect blush formula. They've been around for forever, but I still feel like these just hold up, man. They hold up. They're still cute to me. Like, I still think the packaging is cute. Sometimes I look back at products and I'm like, I thought that was cute, kind of tacky, or oh, I thought that was this, and it's like, it's not doing everything I thought it was. But I still think that these look great. You know, that clear packaging with the floral like imprint embossing. Stunning, beautiful. Love them so much, seriously. And then last, we have 2 lip products. I have the Laneige lip mask. Now, this is not the original. This is the peppermint one. I don't think I have the original currently. If I do, it's I don't think I do. But the Laneige lip sleeping mask, when this came on the scene, I just remember it being explosive. Like, everyone loved it, and it is so so good, and it still is so good. The formula in this, to me, this just like is a hug for your lips. It's so, again, nourishing. It feels so nice. And although this is a lip treatment, and I personally love it for like nighttime going on my lips, it really heals my lips. That's the thing. It doesn't just sit on top and kind of like make my lips peel or be weird. Some lip products do that. This, I feel like, really gets in there, really actually like heals my lips, actually makes them moisturize from like the top, you know, kind of like layer of skin that's barely hanging on all the way to the bottom, kind of makes them come back together again, makes them friends again. And I wake up with just plush, soft lips. But I think the original one is also so pretty because it just looks good on your lips. If you wanted to wear that out, it just looks great. A little lip liner and that, oh, a juicy, beautiful, shiny little lip look. So I think this still, I have tried so many lip masks because I love a lip mask, and there are some good ones out there, but I just feel like if I'm ever recommending anything to anyone, it's like so tried and true. This is the one I'm recommending because it's so good. Like it's just so good. It stood the test of time. That's the one you need. And I like the different like flavor variations. So if those call to you a little bit more, they are tinted though, so just be careful. I just feel like that original one has a nice tint to it. Like it's nothing, like it actually isn't anything, but also it is. Like there is something. There's something. And last, I'm gonna give a shout out to my Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut Lip Pencil. I tried this for the first time in 2019. That was when I started getting into lip liner, and I got this in a little swag bag. Not this one. This is like a repurchase. Like I purchased this, but I went to Sephora. I think it was the first maybe year that Sephora did like a convention thing, and I went to Sephora, and in the swag bag was a mini size of Wherever Walnut, and I fell in love. That's when I was like, oh my gosh, this is what lip liner is. Like I'm kind of into this. I never was into lip liner before that, and this is just like the perfect color for my lips. It contours them very beautifully while still being my lip color. It gives me fullness. It works so well with like any look. Like this could go with any eye look, and I feel like I'm more adventurous with lip products than I've ever been, and more into lip products than I've ever been. And that's one, because lip liner has helped me feel a little more confident, you know, like I really do like adding a little bit of fullness and getting that shape right and all that. But I also love this pencil because for all the times when I don't know what lip color to wear, I don't know what's gonna look good, this just goes with anything I do. And it's nice sometimes not having to worry about what lip is gonna go with your eye look, you know what I mean? And this just goes with everything. I know that the caffeine one, I kind of want to try that one and see how it is. That one's pretty popular, but Wherever Walnut is the one for me that is just so perfect. I love the formula of this pencil also. These Makeup Forever artist pencils are meant to be used anywhere. So you can use them on the eyes, the lips, the cheeks, like you can do whatever you want with them. And I feel like this formula, as much as it doesn't like lock down, I know some people really love a lip liner that's gonna like stay in place all day and not move. I'm not into that. I don't want something that becomes that. This has a softness to it. I can build it up and get full opacity. I can do something a little bit lighter. I feel like it wears away with grace. Another thing, again, like I'd rather have things kind of break down nice organically throughout the day, and I can kind of touch up if that's what I'm looking to do, than have something that's like locked in place, and then the moment though it's gone over the edge, it's like done for, you know? I don't like that. I really don't like that. So love this. Still has the spark. I mean, I'm purchasing this. I purchased this last year, 2022, you know, I'm still using it, still loving it just as much. Like beautiful lip liner formula, beautiful lip liner color. It's like all of it together. Absolutely love it. And those are some of the products in my collection I feel like still give me that spark. They're still favorites. They are still so exciting to me. They work with the style and the things I'm into currently. And I feel like that's been one of the biggest changes. Like I have been trying and been excited to try new makeup, but also, you know, styles change and all that. So some things just don't kind of make it with you through those changes, and these things still get me excited. They kind of made different leaps with me throughout the years, and I love them so much. I would love to know, what are some of these products for you? What are those like older products or products you've had for a long time that still just get you? Like they still perform just as good or better than other products that you're buying, like newer items that get you excited about makeup. Like that's kind of what these products do for me as well. You know that you're always gonna look just the best, like you're always gonna feel good in them. I would love to know what those products are for you down below. I hope you enjoyed the video though, and just talking about these. Thank you so much for being here. But other than that, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.